Okay, I want to show you how to set up for sewing your Coptic book together. We have folded our pages, covered our boards, and all of your folded pages for your signature. Remember, signature is the section of pages folded together. You want to make sure they are creased really, really well. If you don't have a bone folder, the bookmaking tool that is used to crease that well, you can use something as simple as a pencil, a pair of scissors, anything that has a hard edge that you can use to crease it really, really well. Okay, after you have them creased really well, we're going to need a ruler and a pencil and a scrap piece of paper. It could just be a piece of copy paper. It could be something just like this. It needs to be rectangular, and we will end up cutting it the length of your pages. And that is going to become what we call a jig. J-I-G, jig. And it sounds funny, but it's basically to help us punch holes once and have them lined up for all of our pages. Okay, so on mine, I'm going to just use this scrap and my pencil to mark about here. Okay. Then I'm going to use my ruler, and the ruler is going to help us find the middle. So this is 5.5 wide, same as our paper. So we want to find the midpoint. Okay, so half of 5 would be 2.5. So this would be 2 3/4. So we're going to mark the middle right about there. Okay, then you want to have the holes for your Coptic book. You want to have, for this size book, I probably only need, I could do 3 or 4. Some of you have a larger sketchbook and you could do up to 6 holes for sewing your Coptic stitch. On this one, you want to have one, I'm going to put one at 5. I'm going to put one, which is about 1/2 inch in. I'll put the other one at 1/2. And then I think I might go ahead and do 5. So find the midpoint right here. That looks a little, I think this middle one needs to scoot over just a tad. Okay, so now you're going to take this jig and you want to fold it in half. If it helps you, put your ruler right in the middle. Like, this is a thicker piece of paper, so I'm going to use it to help me crease it. I'm going to fold it up against the ruler, but I have to hold the ruler really still. And now my piece is folded in half. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a dot right on the fold, exactly where I'd measured out my marks. If you have a larger sketchbook, you probably want these end holes to be more like 1 inch in from the edge. But since mine's a smaller one, I did 1/2 inch. Okay, and fold it like this. All right, now I am going to take this piece of foam. You can use a cutting board, you can use anything soft that makes it easier to punch through. And this is called an awl. And I'm going to use my awl and I'm going to punch right in the crease, right on that hole, like that. Then I'm going to take each signature, I'm going to open it up right to the middle. I'm going to place my jig inside right into the crease, using my finger to push it down, make sure it's lined up with the edges of your paper. And then I'm going to punch through those holes that I made to get the holes in my book. Okay, so you're going to do this for each signature that you have, double checking that the pages are lined up, neatly stacked for your signature, lined up with the edge. Okay, so you will do this for each group, and after holes are punched, I'll go ahead and close it, set it to the side. Okay, you're also going to do this for your cover. So I would keep punching these. I'm going to do it after the video so don't waste your time. So you're going to do the same thing for your cover, except we don't want the holes right on the edge. Our Coptic stitch needs to be a little bit in from the edge of our paper. So I am actually going to just line up. Now my cover is a little bit bigger than my pages because I wanted to leave a little bit of a border. I'm going to have about the same amount of space on either side. Center it. And then I'm going to use my jig again. I just lined it up with the edge. You can do a little bit closer, but you need to have some space from the edge of the book. So I know exactly where my holes go, and they should line right up. I know it's hard to see with the paint, but they should line right up with my holes in my cover, which they do. Awesome. Okay, so go ahead and get all your holes punched, and then we'll talk about how to stitch it.